Team, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Due North, The Shuffle. I skipped last week, and later on in this episode I'm going to tell you exactly why that happened. I'm sure some of you have figured some of the parts out, but there are a lot of reasons why I'm back in the UK and why the last episode was skipped. So, before I get into that, today I'm here in Watford, where I'm going to go and see a friend do a talk at the Watford Camera Club, all about fun and interesting portraits, headshots, as part of his series, which I've been a part of, which is 3 Heads in a Row. So let's get on to that, and then we'll crack on with the rest of today's episode of Due North. Also, hi, good to be back. See you shortly. Did you hear that noise?
Hello!
Yo!
Hey man.
How you doing?
How's it going?
You?
Good to see you.
Hey buddy!
So,
Was not expecting that.
Nick didn't know I was coming.
Oh, a little surprise.
How are you?
We are
Fantastic, mate.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Excited. I don't know if the focus is going to be any good at all.
Yeah, probably not. But you know.
How you doing? What's going to happen tonight?
What's today?
Well.
We're going to do a 3 Heads in a Row live shoot
2,
and
3.
editing session. So that's going to happen.
And who's the model?
Well.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in Watford. I'm back in the UK. I told everyone I'm back. I didn't tell them why. We're going to get into that tomorrow. But should
This
we
is
go?
why you're back.
Yeah, I came back
just for this.
especially for this. Right,
Just a
should we
1,000 miles.
go and do this thing?
Right.
Do it.
Okay,
Let's do it. In this case, it's all about expression. Actually, the eyes. So I'm gonna have to get Nick to give me some really super awesomely huge eyes. Totally natural, as you can tell, obviously. Right. So I mean, we would be like, I don't know, 45 minutes into the shoot at this point. Okay, Nick, what I want to do is look straight into the camera, and I want you to give me some really big eyes like that. That's it. Okay, let's do that. Right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Really big eyes. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, that awesome presentation last night by Kirsten was really interesting. It was really cool to see how he teaches and how he does his project, how he sort of simplifies everything in the Adobe apps with presets and LUTs and things, and how he gets the most out of the people he's shooting. But today, next phase of the mission is I have popped by the chicken shed. This is 3-Legged Things headquarters. And obviously I've come bearing gifts. I've bought coffee and, oh, the door's opening. Am I in the way, or are they opening it? They're not opening it for me. Right, here I am, chicken shed. Let's go, have a meeting. I couldn't actually show you anything. I'm done at 3-Legged Thing. I couldn't actually really show you because top secret meeting's about top secret stuff. But I'm going to head to Essex now, go see Pete, and carry on with the journey. But I then need to get back down to Dorset, back to base, because the van's got some issues. So, ABS sensors all around on each wheel. The one on the front right has decided it doesn't want to work anymore, which means there's ESP, electronic stability, and ABS lights on the dash. And the cruise control doesn't work because that sensor doesn't work. And the back door won't open. I don't know why the back door won't open. Basically, I need to get back down to Dorset, having just left, to sort out some problems that I didn't foresee. Right, anyway, I said I was going to tell you all about what was going on and why I'm back in England. So I'm going to get over to Pete's, and then I'm going to tell you. And here we are at Pete's house. Where's Pete? There he is. What?
I didn't realise this was going to be a video. I'd have dressed up.
Look at say hello to YouTube.
Hello YouTube.
Right. Got some stuff to do here as well, so see you in a bit. Later on in the year, you're going to see me supporting Pete on a ride, stupidly riding from London to Paris. You're going to see me supporting him. So we've got some planning to do for that.
You'll just kind of loop in and out.
Okay.
and we'll just meet you at kind of, I don't know, 10 to 15k or maybe 15 to 20k intervals, and we'll take on anything we need, any food or kind of supplements or anything like that, and then you just head off on your way again, and we'll do the next 10, 15 miles or so.
Right, okay.
And then eventually, hopefully we'll arrive in Paris by 5 p.m. So we're setting off from Trafalgar Square at 4 p.m. Obviously we want to do it in 24 hours, so we want to be at the Eiffel Tower by 5 p.m. The following day, and Lima and Tammy will be there to meet us. And hopefully you'll have arrived by that point as well. You won't get snarled up in
green van parked under the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly, yeah, that's not going to be a security risk. Yeah, but otherwise it should be pretty cool.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Alexa, turn studio mood lights on. See, she says okay. Oh, there we go.
Brilliant. This is weird. What's all this? This isn't the garage. This is fancy. And what did you do? How long did this take?
Pretty much 2 years. 2 years on and off. 2 years on and off. But look, this is the most important thing down here.
Oh.
Well, actually, no. Sorry. This is the most important thing. My baby.
Is that the one you made?
Yeah.
By buying spare parts and putting them together?
Basically, but I bought it all from China and put it together. But look, I'll tell you what, I'll take that. And you feel how heavy that is.
How heavy that is?
Or how light it is.
Pretty heavy, actually. That feels like plastic.
Carbon fibre. Carbon fibre.
Good quality stuff.
It's the best quality. The best Chinese, best Chinese quality.
Awesome. Well,
but it weighs.
That's the last time I'm touching that.
7.6 kilos.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
No.
Right. So this is where the first due north. What was it? The first? It was the second or third. It was the one where I left the country.
Yeah. So it was
the idea.
It was the first proper one. It wasn't the planning preliminary stage.
Okay. But now I'm back in the country, and I said I was going to explain that to you, so I'll explain that to you. And now it's time to explain everything. So I'm back in the UK. Here's what happened. The last episode you saw of Due North, I was in Croatia, and I planned to go through Bosnia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and then into Turkey. But obviously everything over there in that part of the world is getting pretty tense right now. And so, in fact, if I go back from that, plan A was originally to go from Finland into Russia. And then from Russia, through St. Petersburg, all the way straight down, bypassing Belarus and into Ukraine. And it was only because of Russell and his trip that he wanted to do to Iceland that I was involved in helping with guiding and locations and Northern Lights, that I ended up going to Denmark and driving through Germany into Croatia that way rather than going to Ukraine. So I count myself lucky there, obviously. So when I was in Croatia, I was feeling uneasy. What I was doing in wild camping is essentially illegal. It's off season, so there's no cover, there's nowhere to hide. All the campsites are closed, and there were no other. Well, I say no other. There were very, very, very few other vans and motorhomes. So I was standing out everywhere I was. I stuck out. I was a target both for enforcement and for being a victim, and that being a victim almost happened a couple of times. So when I was in Croatia, I was feeling uneasy, and I was thinking about coming back to the UK at that point, but I thought, no, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do the whole trip. I'm going to go to Turkey. And so I drove into Bosnia. Now, when I got to Bosnia, my van is not insured in Bosnia. My policy covers certain countries. Bosnia is not one of them. And so I had to buy insurance at the border, but they didn't sell it to me. And I don't know how to explain that any better than I just have. I was at the border, I was trying to buy insurance, and they didn't sell me insurance. They just kept ignoring me and said, "Nope, go, nope, go," which was weird. It was a border from Croatia to Bosnia on the main road that goes to Mostar, if anyone's interested. So that was weird, and I then couldn't buy insurance anywhere else. I couldn't figure out how to get insured, so I was uninsured in Bosnia. And that was a nightmare, because if anything happened, obviously I'm at risk, but if the police stopped me, I'd be liable to a fine, a very heavy fine. And so in every village, every town in Bosnia, there was like a police check. Like, it's just a traffic stop, it's just a traffic check, but they were there. And so I was incredibly nervous, and I had to hide amongst traffic every time I knew I was getting to one of these sorts of places. Unfortunately, made it through, so I just went through Bosnia as quick as I could to avoid any issues there. Yeah. Then I went into Serbia. And in Serbia, somebody tried to break into the van. That was where the nearly being a victim thing happened. I heard it happening. I made a load of noise. I was in the van. I made a load of noise so that I would scare them off, and that worked. And so I decided that spot I was in was unsafe, drove down the road and tried to find somewhere else. And I came across a crash. Somebody had been hit by a lorry. And whereas in England and America and everywhere else, pretty much everywhere else in the world, that scene would have been treated with some dignity and respect, this was not. There was no road closure. The cars were just driving around a body in the road, and the police were there, but yeah, everyone was just driving around a body that wasn't covered up or anything like that. And although that, from my previous career, is something I'm used to seeing, it was the humanity that went along with, or the lack of humanity that went along with it, that bugged me. So I quickly rested, drove through into Bulgaria. The plan at this time is still to go to Turkey. Got to Bulgaria, and again, somebody tried to break into the van. 2 people. And this time I jumped out and scared them away in person, rather than just making noise in the van. But everything I've just described, along with the fact that these countries, in stark contrast to Iceland and Norway and Finland and all the places I've been, are very dirty. I'm talking like literal mess. There's trash everywhere. The scenery is beautiful in places, but it's hard to find those places, and it's hard to find the balance as well between those places being dirty and the places that are beautiful, and trying to decide, well, is this actually worth it? So I'm in Bulgaria at this point, and then this is where my mind changed, and I thought, well, no, if I go to Turkey, it might be similar. I think Turkey's probably nicer, having been there before anyway. Decided, no, I'm going to go to Romania, have a look at the Carpathian Mountains, and then head back to the UK. And there's more reasons on top of this to head back to the UK, including the fact that in April I need to be in the States to talk at an event in California. I need to pick up some packages. I've got parcels that needed to be picked up here in the UK, including a nice new drone, thanks to DJI. And well, the van needs some work. The van just it's had an oil change. We've done that already, but there's a couple other bits and pieces. There's an ABS sensor that's broken, and the back doors are catchy. I just need to do some work on the van. I needed to decompress, reset myself, and get myself back into the right frame of mind to carry on. So I'm now in Hertfordshire. I've just been to see Pete, as you saw. I saw Kirsten and Nick, and I'm going back to see Kirsten and Nick tomorrow night, where I'm going to be a guest on their podcast, the Camera Shake podcast, and then I'm heading straight back down to Dorset to the garage and to see my parents, pick up these packages, sort everything out, get the van sorted out. So that's what's going to be in the next episode, and that little explanation there is why I'm back in the UK. So if you have any ideas for me while I'm here in the UK, I've got 6 or 7 weeks until I need to go to the States. So if you have any ideas of what I should do, where I should go, or anything like that, please throw it down in the comments. Feel free to check out what's going on more up to date over on my Instagram, iDaveWilliams, where in the stories there's always an update if I'm up to anything interesting. And on top of that, I'm working on, as well as all the work I do anyway, all the reviews, the writing, the tutorials, the websites, the blogs, everything that already happens, there's something new coming. I don't know if I can say it yet. I'll give you a clue. There is something new happening soon, and it's going to be epic. Now, with that, I thank you. Thanks for joining this little update issue. I'm sorry there's no beautiful pictures or anything like that to show you, but as always, once in a lifetime, as often as you can, and I'd love to see you next week when everything should be back to normal. See you later.